up for what has been another fantastic addition to the Conscious Approach channel on YouTube. We are going to discuss Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu, who was recently awarded. What is this thing she was given? She was given. Well, let me just play. Let me just share the screen. She was bestowed an acknowledgement at Billboard for something noteworthy. But what drew people's attention is the outfit that she was wearing, greatly exaggerated features and whatnot. So let me refresh this so that reloads. Not going to play the whole thing. So this says Erykah Badu's Women in Music Awards outfit sparks comparisons to ancient figures and BBLs. So she wore this outfit that greatly exaggerated her her physique, her assets, and it's got a whole lot but she hasn't really clarified people on the intent. So everyone's speculating, was she sort of paying homage to the traditional, celebratory form of the female body, or was she making fun of BBL culture? Like, no one really knows what it is that she was doing. She hasn't really clarified. So this says Erykah Badu's Women in Music Awards outfit sparks comparisons to ancient figures and BBLs. All eyes were on Erykah Badu during her performance at the 2025 Billboard Women in Music ceremony. At the event on Saturday, which was March 29th, the neo-soul icon performed and accepted the Icon Award while wearing a thought-provoking bodysuit that caused a debate on social media. Some suspected the knit top ensemble was a reference to exploited and enslaved 19th century Khoisan performer Sarah Bartman, while others thought Badu was poking fun at BBL culture. Although Badu hasn't explained the meaning of her bodysuit in an Instagram reel on Sunday, the 5-time Grammy winner shared that the full-figured form was her concept brought to life by designer Maya Hasbani. A Little Hippie, Rise of the Dark Divine Feminine, a short film by E. Badu, the Dallas musician, captioned the post. So here's, I'm not going to play this whole thing because it's a little long, but we'll play a little bit of this.
I gotta give her an A for creativity with that, though. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I think she might start a new thing for those people on OF, bro.
She might. She might. All right, so you get the point. And yeah, so that's her right there accepting her award after she performed wearing this same outfit. There was a lot, there was some twerking and gyrating going on with her performance while wearing this.
Hysterical.
Yeah, while the interpretations are valid and completely up to perspective, it can also be argued that Badu's bodysuit was a reference to Upper Paleolithic Venus figurines. The most famous artifact is Venus of Willendorf, a handheld limestone piece discovered in 1908. The shapely pieces depict womanhood and fertility. So here's somebody who commented on it. I've seen so many critiques about this. And the BBL take is so lazy, which is also why journalism is more valuable than hot takes. Let's talk about Sarah Bartman, the sexualization and hypocrisy around Black women's bodies. So that was this one person's opinion. She's saying this how y'all look with BBLs, and then this is somebody else thinking that she's talking about BBLs. With Badu often performing in one-of-a-kind outfits, we can expect to see more unique fashion by the singer upon the release of her 6th album, which will be produced by The Alchemist. Now, that I did not know. Yeah. If her whole album is produced by The Alchemist, that would drive me to at least listen to it once.
Wow.
Because I am a fan of The Alchemist, definitely. So what do you think about this, bro? What do you think was the point that she was trying to get across here? What do you make of this provocative,
Right.
ensemble that she had on here?
This is provocative. It's a clean edgy. I haven't seen such a clean edginess before. To me personally, I think that I think it's both what they're saying, like that the Bartman woman and also BBL culture, because they're one and the same. It's both a spectacle and a sideshow, and this is what has gone on. Um, Socially with our women, with the BBLs and exploiting themselves, self exploitation of themselves sexually over the past couple decades, and it has really picked up over the last decade. So, women coming to award shows naked, half naked, semi naked, um, sheer coverings. So for her to come out here wearing this, basically saying that, um, to me, it was more or less bringing attention, of course, like in an over the top way, not so much like Boondocks, but in a way where it highlights, Dave Chappelle Boondocks. It wasn't funny per se, but it's highlighting our behavior in an ironic way that makes you think. And should we be parading ourselves around looking like this? Should we parade ourselves around being a spectacle? Because historically we were paraded around to only be a spectacle, and now we're choosing to do that. So to me, one of the cool things about art is that yes, it is up for interpretation. And one thing Erykah Badu is going to do is she gonna do stuff in a way where you are going to have to think about it and come up with your own type of interpretation. So, but me personally, the way I took that, it was a way of highlighting, if this is how y'all look, parading yourselves around like that, especially at award shows. But to me, that's my initial thoughts on Miss Badu around here, trying to send a message, I believe. But what are your thoughts on Miss Erykah Badu wearing the voluptuous bodysuit? What are your thoughts, bro?
I'm gonna stick to the BBL angle. Um, Whether her intent was to showcase the absurdity of BBL culture is irrelevant, in my opinion, because the fact of the matter is her doing it has opened the floodgates for the conversation around the absurdity of BBL culture. So whether it was her intent or not, in my opinion, doesn't matter, because the result is actually talking about and dissecting the absurdity of BBL culture.
Mhm.
So, and in that way, I will say, I wonder whether said culture hope this is, it's one. I hope that this is the case, but I don't know if it's the case. It's just my hope. I wonder whether, um, BBLs and the mainstream appeal of it is either at or has or is nearing its crescendo. And once
And he ain't get started yet.
that is what I'm afraid of. I'm hoping that that's not the case, because
um,
man, I have seen a lot of horrific, extremely exaggerated forms of this, cartoonish looking,
Especially in Miami, bro.
which leads me to believe that this has to have reached its apex.
No, we ain't close, dog.
I hope, man. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be optimistic, but I feel what you're saying, because it's just so everywhere. It's so prevalent. Um, but like I said, man, whether she did it or not, to me doesn't matter, because it has people talking about whether her wearing that puts on Front Street how silly it looks.
Right,
Which to me is a victory in and of itself,
right.
because most of the time it does look silly. But for me, I just take it a step further, and I just hope in my heart of hearts that we have reached the point with this thing where it's climaxed, and now we can start to experience the going down the other side of the hill, where we move on to something else, and people stop doing this stuff, where women stop doing this stuff. But you know, the what you said being the case, which is we haven't even reached the apex of it yet, could also very well be the case. I don't know which is which. This is just me trying to be less cynical about this than I usually am, and hope for the best.
Yeah, man. I mean, I really do. I think the young people, you know, they are the future, you know, and they have the opportunity to change this. Our cohort is done. Yeah, we're roasted. The ones right up under us, I think they're roasted too. So, you know, it's gonna have to be the young people, you know, the ones that are in middle school, just getting up in high school right now.
You know what's interesting, bro? Not to cut you off, but what's so interesting, because you bring up generations, right? So obviously, a large frame of reference for me socially is the gym, because it's the place that I go to most often, in which a lot of people go. And so my social frame of reference is that place, and it amazes me, bro, how many middle-aged women I see in there with BBLs.
Right.
Like
That's
it's,
what
it's
I'm saying.
yeah, it's not just our. So I feel you where you're saying the younger people, the youngest amongst us, have the chance to change this, because us and up,
Yeah.
even older folks, middle-aged people, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
And some of the women I see who get them, it's like you look like at the youngest, you're in your late 40s. You're in your late 40s, that like I give you no younger than 45 years old, and you have this thing, which means you were like over 40 when you initially got it, probably. So it just amazes me though, to see that, like, you're approaching middle age range, you know, you're entering in, you're getting to the point where you're gonna be having hot flashes and experiencing premenopausal stages.
Hey,
And,
man.
and yet they're on the BBL train. That to me is fascinating, to say the least.
I had to look it up, but yeah, Vivica Fox, she just recently went viral for her latest BBL. She's 60 years old. There's women in their 50s strong, bro, getting BBLs. Trying to get the attention that they've been missing for half a century. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And of course, bro, you know what I'm saying? We're living in 2025, you know, so dudes is gonna clap her up. So she's gonna feel like, you know what I'm saying, it was worth it. But those dudes would have clapped her up anyway. So this is my thing. So yeah, the young people, the most impressionable at this time. So of course, I mean, they're growing up in this world where this is already normal. So, you know, but I'm reserving hope, man, that they're just watching just how dumb everybody is, and just choose a world that's different for them. That's what I'm really hoping, man. I hope they're really watching all of that stuff. Like for these rappers right now, that's all in their 20s, 30s. RP to Scooter, man. God damn. You know what I'm saying? That all these people out here dying for stupid stuff. So hopefully these young dudes that are in middle school, high school, elementary, that are just watching this stuff right now, can actually choose a different path. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, everybody that's you know, in their 30s, late 20s, they on this wave, dog. So if they're not gonna get a BBL, they're gonna get some type of cosmetic, because they think that that's normal now. All right. So but yeah, conversations like this will help the overall culture, I would say, because everybody's doing it, bro. You see it down there at the gym. I'm sure it's Hispanic women, it's white women, it's
everybody.
It's everybody's doing it.
It's and like I said before, the thing that I think is the craziest is it is 100% older. So like the girls who go in there, who I can pretty much, you know, it's like they're no older than 24, 25, right? They're the ones that aren't, they're clean. It's the ones that look like they're mid to late 20s and older, 30 plus, 40 plus. They're the ones who walk in there with the BBL. It is not it is not race restricted. It is an ethnicity restricted. White, black, Latino. I think I even one time saw an Asian chick come in there who looked like she had one. So it is not culture, ethnic.
Asians, yeah, Asians.
Yeah, it is not race, culture, ethnic restricted. It is generational, and I do hope that this is coming to an end, bro, because this is madness. And the last thing that I'll say, speaking on young people who have the chance to kind of do things differently, I was one time when I was seeing a behavioral therapist through my health insurance at the time, and me and her would have our sessions where we would talk about stuff, and we often got on to conversations talking about my aversion to social media and why I'm very measured in terms of how much I use it and am on it, and it's very limited because I don't want to be corrupted by foolishness. And she talked about how there's this group of younger people. I think she said, I forget the name of the group. I got to look it up, but it's a group that originated out of New York, I think she said, and it's JITs. It's middle schoolers and like preteens, and they're like rebuking social media culture. So they're running around with flip phones because they don't even want to have phones. They don't want smartphones. They don't want anything where they can access the internet. They just kind of feel like it's sensory overload and it's become too much. And I would think that it would be some older generations of people who would start to adopt that kind of thinking. But she was like, no, it's like middle schoolers and younger preteens who are kind of trying to get this new wave started of we just gonna take it back to the old school, the primitive days of flip phones and Nokias, because we just don't want to be a part of this stuff that they trying to shove down our throats.
I mean, you see what it's doing to people. And that's, as a young person, I was very observant. So that's the part where I'm giving these young people credit. And I have the idea, I have the belief that even though people seem to be devolving, so much evidence of that. All right. I do believe, me personally, I do believe that new souls that are coming around are more evolved, older ones. And so these young people they be on stuff, and we were sharper than the generation before us. The younger ones are even sharper, and I feel like the youngest ones are so sharp, and that's why they're being inundated personally so much with these distractions to take them off base. But I say this, they got the best shot of doing what you just said and observing from our sensory overloads and not wanting that for their lives because they're seeing how everybody's becoming sociopaths and narcissists,
depressed,
depressed. You know what I'm saying? You name it, bro. It is going on right now, and it's because everybody got too much going on, and not enough people are taking their shoes off and putting their feet in the grass.
Yeah.
So, and BBL culture is a part of that. And so for the women that's running out there to save the money to go up under a knife, and for dudes that's out there lusting after plastic, y'all got too much going on, man. And it needs to be called out.
Yeah, it really does.
It needs to be called out, man. Yeah. Hey, what do you guys think? Let us know down in the comment section. All right. What are your thoughts? What do you feel like Erykah Badu is trying to display with this voluptuous bodysuit? Do you feel like it was a deeper meaning, or she was just being a troll? You know how she can be too. So let us know down in the comment section, guys. I'd be interested to hear.
Yeah, we would be, man. Whether that was her intent or not, I still think that it's a whole lot of insanity going on, and I just want the insanity to end at some point.
Yeah, man, me too.
But shouts out to Erykah Badu. Real one in the game, man. She's a bit off the beaten path, but these days I think you need more of that.
Seriously.
So yeah, shouts out to her, salute, and I'll be looking forward to that album. If it's produced by The Alchemist, I'll check it out at least once, man, because I hold The Alchemist in high regard.
So he working with Mos Def and Erykah Badu.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. But yeah, folks, that'll do it. Another video in the books, another edition of the Conscious Approach channel on YouTube, wrapped up nice and tight, sealed and delivered. I am JV Wins, that is Dogon S. As always, major shouts out to everybody who has been chiming along with us as we continue to grow this community out. Check me out on Instagram at JV Wins, JVWINS. Check out Conscious Approach on Instagram at Con Approach, CONAPPROACH. If you have not already done so, and this is your first time catching wind of what we like to do here on the channel, hey man, we have a whole content library, man. Go to the page, hit the videos tab, and just scroll through, because we drop gems and we just like kicking the tires and lighting the fire. So check out some of our older videos. Check out some of the videos that'll be uploading this week. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the channel, leave a like button if you are so inclined, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think about any of our talking points in any of our videos, because we appreciate the engagement. As long as it is constructive, it does not have to be agreeable. We don't care about you agreeing with us. We just want it to be constructive. Again, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, we are also available in those places in audio form. So if you are not in position to check us out on YouTube, to check out the videos, give us a listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. So, as I always like to say, don't be a group thinker. Have a mind of your own. Think for yourself. We very much appreciate you checking us out, supporting the channel, watching our content. And until next time, salute.
Yeah. And the name is Dogon SS. And you can find me on Instagram at Dogon_SS, on YouTube, DraftKings, Facebook, you know what I'm saying, MySpace, Metas. All right. There's a social media platform, Dogon SS, out there. Like, subscribe, follow, and all that good jazz in there. All right. And as I say on every part, guys, don't be too high. Don't be too low. Keep it calm. Keep it chill. Keep it pure. And don't let anybody get you off your pivot. So until the next time, everybody, more rings than Robert Ory. We'll see y'all on the next episode.
That's right. Thank y'all. We are signing off. Thank you so much for the support. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace. Go Heat, I guess.
Yeah.